keluar untuk pakai kaki. So, kemudian kopi. Kopi, nah, telepon sekali. So, new email. Analysis research. Grant. Also, okay, that's familiar. Yes. Pastinya, yes. Pada saat PPM, saya komen tahu fitak POM, kan? Kata what? POM, yeah, beautiful. Good. YouTube. YouTube link. Importance. Group. Okay, correct. And extension. Okay, so correct. Download output. Send and receive. Send and receive. Correct. Now, okay. Super. Download. In 12. Okay. Is that goed? Dan moet je gewoon weer die mensen. Dat is wel goed. Dat staat op de gemak. Kijk gedaan. Dan zijn pauze. Oké, krijgt. Goed. Right. Dus ja, oké. Check hem of je goed is het op. Yes. Oké, krijgt. Yes. Oh, thank you, Annie. Yeah, I'll give you another 10 minutes. It's fine. Okay, okay. Thanks, Sally. See you soon. Bye. Could I help you?
Good morning, Kenya. Okay.
Hello, Kandu.
Hello.
Thank you so much. You are first. You are fast and first. Thank you so much. We just wait.
No problem, no problem, no problem.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. We finished earlier with the first group, and
Okay.
every 5 or 10 minutes can help. So we're just waiting for your colleagues that will join you in this session. And yes, so you can, I can hear you, but I can't see you. So you can just switch on closer to the time. You can switch on your.
Okay, cool. No problem. No problem. No problem. I'll do that.
But I do appreciate your quick response. That's wonderful.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Okay, great. I'm just standing it. Danny will be your moderator. So let me just see. I'm just going to try and get hold of another delegate that's in for the meeting. And then just don't forget to, and don't forget to switch on your video, okay?
No, definitely, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Okay, thank you. I'll just stay put and
Okay, sure.
for the rest of the people, I appreciate it. Thank
Okay,
you.
then.
Thank you so much. Right. Hi, Terry. How are you? Can you hear me? Okay. Let's just see ya. Hello. Hi, my dear. Yes, it's Adalia from the focus group. No worries, sir. No worries. No worries, man. I was just wondering, can you please log in now? We were finishing. Can you please log into the group now? The focus group. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. We'll appreciate it. We finished earlier with our first group today. So, I just wanted to find out what's the chance for you to log in earlier. Oh, you're an angel. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Bye. Alrighty. Okay. Tariq, I'm going to ask you to unmute. Let's just see there.
There we go.
Beautiful.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are fast and you are with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, hello, Tanti.
Hello.
Sorry?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Put you on the spot here, but like I explained, we finished early with our first group, and it's a Saturday, and it's raining here in Pretoria, all of those things.
Try to finish as early as possible, yeah.
Okay, let's just see here. Cole, can you hear me, Cole? Are you still connecting to? So we can call you Tandu now.
Yes, you can call me Tando.
Right. Thank you, Tandu. Now, I must just say you are the best candidate. For you in 5 minutes and you're on it. We really appreciate it.
No problem.
Morning.
Cole, can you hear me, Cole?
Yes, I can. Good morning. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Thank you so much. I can put you on the spot quickly and I'll do it. Sure. That's wonderful. You are just the best. Okay, just a minute. We're just waiting for 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much. understand.
Oh, what did I do?
Is it your little one, Cole? Okay.
Yes, it is.
How old?
It's 2 years old.
It's a boy or girl?
It's a boy.
Goodness. Yeah, no, that's got lots of energy at that stage, hey?
Yes, yes, definitely.
So the papa tell him, hey, to be quiet.
I'm trying.
Okay. Okay. Vinay, do I pronounce your name correctly, sir? Let me just see here. Hi. Hello. Hi. Sandile. Is that Selby? Hello, Selby. Hi, Selby.
Okay. Sorry about that. Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear, sir. Thank you so much. That's wonderful.
Apologies for logging in
No,
more than
no,
the 10 minutes last week.
no. I must apologize. I've put you guys on the spot and you performed. Thank you so much. We really appreciate
Okay,
it.
cool.
Because we finished earlier today, and then so we thought, you know, it's better to maybe if you can make it, we can start earlier. Thank you. One second. Yeah, all right. Dwanai, can you hear me, sir? Dwanai, can you hear me? Dwanai, can you hear me? Hello? Okay. Okay. If you have trouble to hear, maybe then it's just Dwanai. You can go out and log in again. I'll just give you a call quickly. Can you hear me now? Mr. Barnett? Can you hear me now? Okay. Hey, Mr. Barnett? Maybe he's just finding the right spot. Let me call him quickly. Thank you. It seems like we can see you. Can you hear us? You can't. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. But what you must do is now, if you have a problem with to hear, you can go out completely and then connect with audio. Then you'll be fine. Okay. So go out completely. Don't stress. If we won't throw you away, go out completely and come in again and then connect with audio. All right, I'll see you. How do you pronounce your name? Jean. Jean. Thank you, Jean. Bye. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's just see here. Right. So Jean is going to come in again. Can you hear me now, Jean? Jean, can you hear me? Hi, Jean. Jean? Is it better now, Jean? So it won't be much longer, people. Won't be much longer. Just waiting for one more candidate. John? Okay. Let me just see if I can help him there. And the person that we're waiting for is good. Thank you, gentlemen. Danny will be with you soon. Thank you so much. John, the mountain John, I've just spoken on the go in and out. So all of them will be on board now. Yeah. Ah, that's good. Great. I found John just now. He looks like he's struggling with. Let me find him again. Okay. His WhatsApp. I did speak to him. Now I think. Okay.
He's going to get it to us.
Yeah. I'll bring you one. Hello, John. Hello, John. Hi, John. Okay. Listen, we can't hear you. Go completely out of Zoom. Log out completely. Totally. Go completely out. Totally. Close your application. And then you log in like, yeah. Then you must go out completely because at this stage it's just going in and out, but you don't go out completely. So completely out of Zoom, and then you log in again. Danny will watch, but log in with audio. Okay, great. Danny will keep an eye out.
Good morning, everyone. We're still in morning. Kurt, if you can hear me, I need you to connect to audio. I see you trying to do that right now because I can't see your microphone yet on my side. Adele might have to just help us get that going. So it's Jean and Kurt, yes, who don't have microphone connection.
Kurt, can you hear us now? Kurt?
Yeah, but he doesn't have a mic.
I can see.
So,
okay.
So you can't speak to me.
Yes. Okay. Let's just see here quickly. I'm connecting to audio. Good. There you go.
Okay, but
Kurt, can you? Okay.
That's right.
Selby wants to unmute. Okay.
You need me to unmute.
Yes, please. We're gonna start soon.
I was just waiting on you guys to finish.
Yes,
yeah, no, don't worry. You guys can. I'll let you know what's gonna happen just now. I just think we're trying to see if we can get Kurt audio to connect and John. John, are you still on the call or are you gonna go out and come back in? Maybe John, if you can put on your video. Kurt, can I ask you and John to go out of the meeting and come back in, connecting with audio? But for that to happen, you physically need to go out of the meeting and come back in and reconnect. John, can you go out of the meeting and then come back into the meeting by reconnecting as a new connection? Okay, you've got to phone John because I'm asking him to go out, but they seem not to be able to hear me.
Can I just go out of? Can I just switch my video off up until we start?
Yes, no, you can switch your video off up until we start, and it should be in the next 1 or 2 minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start the discussion, Selby, shortly, and then Adele will try and help Kurt. Adele will try and help Kurt and Jean to connect with audio. So while we're waiting this minute or so, then you can put off your video if you need to quickly do something.
Okay. No, I'll be seated here, but I just want to make the call quick.
Okay, you got 1 minute.
I'll make that 30 seconds.
Okay, thanks.
Kurt is also going to switch completely and then go in and
Okay, Kurt is gone. Jana needs to do the same thing. He's still on.
okay.
Will
Let me
you,
just
will
try
you call
it.
Jean?
Almost there.
Guys, for you guys that are on the call and can hear me, just thanks a lot for accommodating us in this earlier slot.
No problem at all.
I think we all were available. So yeah, we're
Yeah,
already
no,
waiting.
yeah, no.
Sure.
Agreed.
I'm doing a couple of these groups. So when we were available, we thought, well, let's maybe find out if you guys were available, because I'm talking to you from a wet Pretoria. It's been raining extensively since yesterday, but it's like stopped now, but it's still overcast. So it's been interesting weather here that we have had, and we have rain predictions for the next couple of days. So we'll see how that goes. I see there by is it Tariq?
Yes, sir.
I see by Tariq the sun is shining through that window, man. It's like
Sunny Cape Town. Sunny Cape
Sunny
Town.
Cape Town, yes, definitely.
Only for 2 minutes.
there's sunny for 2 minutes.
Nah, there's some clouds. It's kind of overcast, but it's quite warm out today.
There's
It's
a-
quite warm out,
okay.
yeah.
So seemingly
But
some-
then again, it's Cape Town, so we might get all
One day,
four
we can give
seasons
you
today
all the
still.
seasons in one day.
Yeah, it might be snowing later. You never know.
Yeah, now look, if there's one thing that I have respect for people from Cape Town. Jean, I see your video, but you're still not connected with audio. So can you hear me? Jean? He's still not connected with audio. Okay, he's out now. He's completely out now. Who was the other guy that we said? Kurt. Okay, he's not come back yet in, so we'll give it 2 minutes. But I was saying, Carl and Tariq and Selby and Sando, one of the things that I must say that I've respected about people in Cape Town is that they are very, very accurate when it comes to weather prediction in advance. like I do business in Cape Town, so we would sometimes fly down and stuff, and then we would walk out, and it could be a sunny day, and someone says to you, take a raincoat or take an umbrella, and you like look at it and you go, no man, are you mad? Look at it, the sun is up, and then the person would look and say to you, look, I can see that maybe at about 12 o'clock we're gonna get rain, and I'm saying to you, listen, where the hell can you see rain? There's not a cloud in the air. And then it's all exactly.
That's Cape Town. When you walk
Yeah.
out on a Cape Town, like today, it was earlier on, it was hot, it was nice and sunny. But now if you look out, you can literally see clouds throwing in.
Yeah,
Next 3
Yeah.
hours after those clouds throw in, you could get the rain.
yeah.
So
So I think it's
always
all about
carry a
being
jacket
prepared.
wherever you go.
Yeah,
Even
no,
in the middle of summer, carry a jacket just in case.
Yeah, just in case. On
Yeah.
my way to work, I make sure I put the jacket in my bag, even though the sun is booming outside, just to be
Yeah.
sure. I don't want to be the guy standing there one side getting wet, you know? And I think everyone doesn't want to be that guy.
Okay. No, it's very interesting. So yeah, I think we're gonna give it 1 more minute for Kurt and John to join us. If they have difficulty still we will continue, because then it might just be that they have problems with their connectivity, because I see that Kurt and John have both still not rejoined. They might just be sorting out. Just to explain to you guys what's going to happen in this hour and a half to 2 hours is that we're going to have a discussion that focuses on advertising research in a specific field and industry. The nice thing about research is that there's no right or wrong answers. And you also not recruited for this morning session to have a group consensus. So I don't want you guys thinking, oh, I must agree with what Salbi said, or Tariq says, I must agree with what Carl says, when you've got a different opinion. And you feel, I'm not going to raise my opinion because let me just not go with what the group says. No, that's not why you've been recruited. You've been recruited to express your views and opinions, because that's what we want to hear, your views and your opinions. Is it Tando? Tando, can you hear me?
Yes, my man. I'm here. I can. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. You just gotta help me somehow by keeping your camera still, because
Okay, cool.
it's moving around.
Yeah. Sure. Sorry about that, man.
No problem. So I think we're gonna start. I see Huawei Wi-Fi, which could either be Kurt or Jean joining. I just have to remember who's Huawei Wi-Fi. Let's just see if they got their audio. If they got their audio, nope. Jean's audio is still not connected. Jean, can you hear us? Okay, John, unmute yourself. You've connected correct. Just unmute yourself. John, at the bottom of your screen, there should be. There you are. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for sorting out the audio thing. So guys, in the interest of time, I think we're going to start. So for the first part, all of you just have to listen to me. You don't have to say anything as yet. I'm Danny. I'm an independent moderator for such groups like this. We do groups with an array of people. We do multiple groups. So this isn't the first group that I've done. And what I enjoy most about doing this is the fact that I get to hear the different views of people across all ages, racial groups, and gender profiles. So thank you very much for joining us this morning. In research, as I said, John, earlier, there is no right or wrong answers in research. I want your honest opinion, whether they're good or bad, whether you agree with someone or don't agree with someone. I want your opinion. Our client has asked that we just get your consent in terms of sharing the following information with you. One is that you have been recruited voluntarily to take part in this study that will focus on the topic of dietary and unhealthy foods and unhealthy drinks. All your responses that you give during this group will be treated with confidentiality. So what that means is that at no point in time do I use your names, surnames, or anything like that when we give the report to our client. That still remains confidential. Our client does reserve the right to take the findings of this research and publish it, whether that be in journals, in strategy documents, in articles, or whatever, but this will never be with your names or your personal details linked to it. And what I just want to say is that I just want you to be frank and honest as we go through it. Are you all happy to still continue with the conditions as I've explained? I just need a thumbs up from all of you, and then good. So because tell me what. Tell me.
No, I'm saying I'm happy.
Okay. So because we are online, normally I do these groups and people are sitting in a boardroom table in front of me. Now, and I can see them, so they don't have to draw my attention. But what is going to happen during this group is that you're going to have to find the means to draw my attention. So if I say, has everybody completed their task, you don't all have to unmute yourselves. You can just go, yes, and I will know that you're done. If I say, can you guys hear me? And we're all watching each other, you can just give me an indication. And what's most important, when someone is talking and you want to say something, just wave across your screen or lift your hand or do something. In that way, I will know that you want to talk and I will move the conversation after the point has concluded. I will come to you to ask you your question. The other thing that I'm also going to ask is just in cognizance of background noises. If you find that for some reason, because we all live in homes with other people, they walk into the room, they kind of like want to talk to you or something happens, please just mute yourself on your side and then deal with the issue. And then please come back into the group. We would like you for this hour and a half to stay as focused in this discussion as possible. So we're going to start off by introducing ourselves. And this is what I want you to tell us. I want to know your name, your name. I want to know, are you married with children? I want to know what you do for fun. And then I want to ask you your first question. And that question is simple. It is, what drives your choices in the foods and drinks that you buy for your family or for yourself? I'll repeat the question. What drives your choices in the foods and drinks that you buy for you and your family? I always, when I do this process, start with the gentleman or lady that's in the top left-hand screen on my side, and that is Carl. So Carl, you're going to start the introductions for us.
Okay, so hi guys, Carl English from Mitchell's Plain. I'm married with one baby boy, 2-year-old, very active. So yeah. Besides for that, what drives my, I would say, food or junk food intake in essence is mainly the fact that I go after taste. So I'm not really worried if I'm going to be paying much for whatever food, for example, going to KFC, McDonald's or so. It's more about I feel like, yeah, I'm feeling for that flavor. And that's what I'm going to go for. Whether it's Coke, Fanta, I'm not really a big fan of Fanta, but Coke. Actually, I had a discussion last night with my brother-in-law that it's like Coke is a kind of a drug where you don't really quench your thirst. It just causes you to want more and more.
Okay.
And you can't just stop at one glass. So yeah, last night we had that discussion, but yeah, that's me, guys.
Okay, thank you very much. Welcome, Kurt. We're going through introductions. I'm going to come to you now. I'm going to go to Tariq. Tariq, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Tariq. I'm single. My choices for food would have to be taste as well, but I have to think about price. Nothing, it can't be too expensive. I mean, like so many meals from so many fast food companies are overpriced. And on was it Carl? Whose point was it? Carl's point about Coke. It has so much caffeine in it that yes, it dehydrates you, so you keep on drinking it. That's what that's about.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Tariq, are you married with children? Are you single?
No, I'm single. I'm single.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Shelby, can you introduce yourself for the group?
Hey guys, I hope you all well. Well, I'm Selby. I'm from Kuguletu, born and bred. I've got a 4-year. Oh, he's turning 4 on Tuesday. So you guys can say happy birthday to my son in advance. But anyway, I work as a customer service agent for Teleperformance, which is it's like an outsourced company. For fun, I love going out. I love being out there dancing to a piano, getting myself messed up because we work too hard. We need at that time. And also I'm a huge fan of sport. I love sport. You can take me to any sport from F1 to soccer to rugby. I just love sport. Yeah. So what drives me when I go for groceries and stuff. So it would basically be health first of all. So because I've got a young boy that's growing up, we all tend to go for fast foods every now and then, but for groceries at home, health, I always go for health first. And then the fun foods, because we're not gonna obviously have food every day where we'll basically cook. There's days where we're gonna need popcorn. There's days where we're gonna need like some snacks. So, but the most important thing is health. I think that's the most important thing that I'll highlight. Yeah, I think that's in a nutshell.
Thanks a lot, Salvi. John, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Jean. I work at the construction site company. Yeah. What my food choices is more or less like I eat out sometimes, but I love my home cooked food, like your home cooked meat curry, stews and stuff like that, and pastas and stuff like that. I love that. It's like yeah, I love my grand's food and stuff like that. I love making food. So we more or less like yeah.
And what drives your choice in selecting the types of food that you buy, the products you buy, John, when you go out and do shopping? Is there anything specific that drives your choices?
Yeah, of course, it has to be like I said, I love home cooked meals and stuff like that. We of like other stuff, buy veggies, meats, and stuff like that. You know, you eat your, your different choices of food. Hey, what's happening?
Okay. There's just a bit of the delay, John.
Yeah, I see. So
John? John?
sorry, can you guys hear me again?
Yeah, I can hear you again. What you can also try at times is that maybe switch off your video and then see if your connection is better, because sometimes it could be the bandwidth or the network speed, because it has to do video. So if it carries on, maybe switch your video off, but just listen to us then, and then we'll try and continue with the conversation. I'm gonna go to Tando. Tando, can you introduce yourself to the group?
I am Tando. Got a 3-year-old daughter. I'm working as a clerk. What I do for fun, I love sports, man. So I'm a sports person. What drives, or rather, what influences me in my food choices? I think primarily is affordability. Is one of the things. But background as well, like the food that I've grown up to. Like for example, I love traditional food, but I would have known traditional food if it wasn't an influence that came from my mother, you know.
Okay.
So it's one of the big influences that I probably take when I make those kind of choices. But besides your KFCs and your McDonald's, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. And lastly, Kurt, if I can ask Kurt to introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Kurt. I'm not sure if there was a question with the introduction.
Yes, there
Because
was.
because I came.
The question was, Kurt, I want to know who you are in terms of, are you married with children? What do you do for fun? And then the question linked to that is, what drives your decision or choice, your decision in selecting the foods and drinks that you buy for either yourself or for your family?
Okay, so I'm Kurt. I'm 29 years old. I work at a company called New Tech Digital Inc. I'm a QA and process engineer at the company. I'm single but engaged to be married. So by law, I'm still single. I have no kids. So with regards to my decision to going with fast foods, I think it's the convenience and the laziness to having to cook your food. So you you like it's the convenience of just running to the store and then going to get something to eat. With regards to choosing the type of food, I think it's more based on the mood or the feel as to what you feel like in that present moment. And then with regards to fizzy drinks and so forth, it's I think like most times is, you know, you feel like something sweet or you just feel a bit drained or down there and you feel like, you know, like a nice cool drink will give you that sugar energy, or it's hot and you'll just feel like something cold, and sometimes water doesn't do it for you. So you
Okay.
is sipping on some water there. And so yeah, that's basically that's me in a nutshell.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Okay, so as I said earlier, and for those that are joining us, we will be discussing television advertising. So what I want you to think about is think of your most favorite ad on TV, whether now or ever that has ever played, your favorite ad. It can be any ad, right? When you think of that ad, I'm gonna say to you that that ad started off as a storyboard, a piece of paper that someone drew the concept on that said, in this ad, this was going to happen, this is what's going to be said, this is how the scenes will change, and this is the message that we want to communicate. Then research such as this was done. They finalized it, they got the actors, they got the music, they got the location, they did the ad was on TV, we all watched it, you enjoyed it. So what we're going to do this morning is actually talk about a storyboard that is in its concept phase. So we're going to look at an ad and we're going to help clients understand what works, what doesn't work, what can be improved, what is needed to talk to people like yourself, to kind of like bring the message home. And as I said earlier, remember there's no right or wrong answers. It is your view. Now, in order to test our technology, I need to play the ad for you to see on your device, right? So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to play you a test ad just to evaluate, can we see and hear the ad on your devices, right? Tando, I'm going to ask you a favor. You need to sit still a bit. I'm getting dizzy with the movement. So please try and help me with that.
I'm sorry, my man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Thanks, man. So,
Sure.
so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share the screen. Then I'm going to play you this test ad. All I want is one of you, anyone to just tell me, can you see it on your side? I'm going to share my screen now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. So we're gonna play the full ad right now.
Smooth. Koala.
Okay. Did everybody see and hear the ad? Okay.
Yeah. I saw it.
So after you've seen it, we're going to do a short evaluation in terms of a survey. This survey will appear on your screen, whether on your phone or your laptop. You will have a question and answer option. Please select the answer that is applicable to you. Go to the next one until you get to the end and then press submit. I will then receive your answers on this side of the online. What is important is that everybody gives me a thumbs up to say they have successfully submitted from their end. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the online survey for our pilot interview. So the questions are in relation to the ad that you've just seen. I'm sharing that now. It should be on your screen now. Okay, so the question reads, was this ad easy to understand? You have 5 options: strongly disagree to strongly agree. You can choose any answer in between that is applicable to your answer. When you've answered that, you move to the next question. Is the ad relevant to you? Please answer the applicable answer. Then, did the ad teach you something new? Strongly agree to strongly disagree, and whichever in between. And then question 4 was, this ad would make you likely to talk to someone else about this ad. Once you have submitted your answers, you can just basically give me a thumbs up, and then I will know you have submitted all your answers successfully. Thank you, Tando. Thanks, Tariq. Thanks, Kurt. Thanks, Carl. Selby and Jean, have you been able to submit successfully? Thanks, Jean. Thanks, Selby. Okay, then I can end it from my side. Okay, so now you guys have got the hang of it. We're going to watch an ad, and when we do the ads now, the real ads that we're going to talk about, we're going to look at the ad twice. So I'm going to play it twice for you. So we look at the ad twice, then we'll do a 12-question evaluation on that ad. So I will start off the ad now. Okay. Can you all see the ad be up front?
Yes, we can, my brother.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to play the ad for you, and remember, we're going to look at this ad twice.
Sure.
What you see is what you get, they say. But what the unhealthy food industry means is what they don't let you see is what you get. High in saturated fat, salt, and sugar? You're not sure what it means, but it's affordable and your family has eaten it for years, right? Until you're sitting at your doctor's hearing these news, wondering, why didn't they warn me up front? Because if you knew, you would have said, no thanks, that I do not want. It's time we knew the truth about what's in our food. Demand warning labels on unhealthy packaged food.
I will play the ad for a second time. Please just continue watching and listening.
What you see is what you get, they say. But what the unhealthy food industry means is what they don't let you see is what you get. High in saturated fat, salt, and sugar?
Can you just move your cursor from the pause button?
Family has eaten it for years, right? Until you're sitting at your doctor's hearing these news, wondering, why didn't they warn me up front? Because if you knew, you would have said, no thanks, that I do not want. It's time we knew the truth about what's in our food. Demand warning labels on unhealthy packaged food.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I think was the cursor in the way of you to be able to see the ad?
No,
It wasn't in the way of the ad, it was in the way of the subtitles.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's fine. On my side, it's fine. I'm not sure if the other guys told.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, just so that to make sure that everybody saw it properly, I'm going to play it one more time for the 30 seconds, and I'll try, just tell me if you can see everything. Selby, okay.
What you see is what you get, they say. But what the unhealthy food industry means is what they don't let you see is what you get. High in saturated fat, salt, and sugar. You're not sure what it means, but it's affordable and your family has eaten it for years, right? Until you're sitting at your doctor's hearing these news, wondering, why didn't they warn me up front? Because if you knew, you would have said, no thanks. That I do not want. It's time we knew the truth about what's in our food. Demand warning labels on unhealthy packaged food.
Okay, thanks guys. Now we will do a evaluation. It's 12 questions split in two parts. You should see the questions on your screen now. And when you're ready, you can start on your end. The question reads as follows. The first time I will just go through it with you, but if you can go ahead. The first question is the ad easy to understand? The second question, is the ad believable? The third question, is the ad relevant to you? The fourth question, did the ad teach you something new? The fifth question, will this ad make you to stop and think? Question 6, would this ad make you likely to talk to someone else about it? Question 7, would this ad motivate you to have less unhealthy foods and sugary drinks? Question 8, will this ad increase your support for warning labels on the front of food and drinks packages that identify when the food and drink is unhealthy? Question 9, will this ad motivate you to seek more information about what is in the food you eat? And question 10, would this ad increase your support for government action to reduce the consumption of unhealthy foods and sugary drinks in South Africa? Once you have completed and submitted, please just let me know. Thanks to Rick, thanks Kurt, thanks Carl, thanks John. Tando, have you submitted? Thanks, Tando. Selby?
Do my second last question.
Okay, no problem. Just let me know with a thumbs up. Thanks, Selby. Now we will just do the last two questions for this particular survey. And that will be question 11 that reads, will this ad motivate you to take action, like sign a petition or share a message on social media, to call on government to require companies to display clear front of package warnings on unhealthy foods? Strongly disagree to strongly agree. And question 12, is this an effective ad on front of package labels, warnings of sugary drinks and unhealthy foods? Once you have submitted both, you can just give me an indication. Thanks to Rick, thanks Tando, Selby, John, Carl, and thanks Kurt. Kurt, you done? Okay, I'll end it on my end. Okay, so guys, this is now where we have a discussion about the ad that we've just seen. And the first question that I want to ask, and I'll start with Carl again. Carl, if I had to ask you in 1 or 2 words to tell me what this ad did for you, or what thought comes to mind, or what word comes to mind, and you can explain the word, but what word, 1 or 2 words, would you describe this ad to be?
Reconsider your food intake.
Reconsider your food intake.
Yeah,
okay?
I'm really on about, I would say like I think Kurt mentioned, if I'm not mistaken, it's about the convenience of just grabbing a quick snack. That's what gets us and
Yeah,
drives us
true.
mostly to the unhealthy foods. So don't get
Yeah,
me wrong, when it comes to home cooked meals and things, I really love it. It's my number one choice, but we don't always have that time. But I think it's time that we
yeah, no,
start
sure.
making the time for it. So yeah, it's just looking at it. I think the ad itself made me more aware of like, okay, do start to maybe take a look at what you are
To
in.
be more observed, yeah.
Yeah, observe and look at what you're getting yourself into. So it might not affect you now. It might be tasting good, giving you a good feeling, you whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, where you're gonna end up?
But long term,
Okay,
yeah, in the long
John,
term run,
What is your one or two words? Just the one or two words that you would basically talk about this ad.
it opens a person's eyes. It makes you realize the things that you don't actually look at. You're only looking at the picture of the food, the front cover of it. You never look at the back, at what is the warning, what where does the package come from. You understand? Like, oh, because like sometimes the packaging and products they use to make the packaging is not as good for your body as you think it is, or
Okay,
even as you don't know, because why we
okay,
never look at the back of the packaging.
okay. Selby, for you, your one or two words that comes to mind?
For me, as I mentioned in my introduction, when I go buy food, I'm very health conscious. So this basically speaks to me. It makes sense for me for companies to actually have those warnings, as much as we tend to shy away from reading each and every product. But at the same time, I feel this would be something that's very good as consumers for to tell us exactly what's in the food. I feel like they put something that we want to see in those packages, and it turns out to be something else.
Okay,
But yeah, it's very relevant for me. It makes a lot of sense.
okay, relevant is that. Tariq, for you, a word or two?
A word or two. I'd say the biggest thing about the ad would be awareness. I think that would be the key word. Going forward with this ad, creating awareness for sugary foods, whatever, high in saturated fat, etc. Awareness would be my word.
Okay, Tando, for you?
I think I share the same sentiments as the other guys, awareness and just being cognizant of the food that we take. I mean, particularly that we have young kids, you know. My daughter loves McDonald's, and you know, I know McDonald's is not good, you know, but I still buy for it because it's a sort of, it makes her happy, you know. But I think
Your
my
father,
mindset is, yeah, hey, my man. But my mindset needs to change because
your father, what can you do?
my mindset needs to change because there's other food that will taste just as good and are healthier than McDonald's.
And it's
But it's just
healthier.
that, yeah, it's just that I don't wanna. I'm not cognizant, and I don't take the time to actually read and you know. So it's just a matter of being aware and just making those choices, you know.
Okay, Kurt, for you, what would your one or two words be with this ad?
So just to latch on to what Tariq said, like it creates an awareness as to what we turn the blind eye to. Because we so easily just, I think Jean also mentioned it earlier on, like we look at the front cover or the picture and that entices us now without actually reading about the warning or the negative things that's in the packaging. So I think it just
Yeah, yeah.
creates some sort of awareness as to what we actually don't look at. So yeah,
Yeah, no, because the front
my
cover was so
piece.
intriguing.
Okay, so guys, I just want to ask that please be cognizant of the fact that when someone speaks, the fact that you are speaking at the same time, we have to give this tape to a transcriber. They're not going to hear what you're saying because two people are speaking at the same time. So just be cognizant of that. If you want to get my attention because you want to say something, just wait for me and I would know that you want to talk so that we make sure the transcriber hears your voice and your words. So if I can ask Tariq, if I can ask you, What do you think is, okay, sorry, Kando.
Danny, you're supposed to give us house rules, eh? What kind of a host are you? Jesus, man.
Forgive me, man. Forgive me. Sorry, Kando. Thank you for that. Listen, Tariq, I want to ask you.
Yes.
If you think
Sorry
of
for
this-
bothering. I just need to plug the laptop on charge quick. But I am here. I can still hear you guys. Okay.
No problem. Thanks a lot. So what I wanna ask is, if you look at this ad, what do you
Yeah.
think is the main message that this ad wants to communicate? And was the ad easy to understand?
It was extremely easy to understand, and I think the main message was to create awareness and try to gain some to make people understand that what they actually make people understand what they're putting in their bodies, what they're consuming, and make people more aware of that. Trying to basically force or try to make sure that companies do this because they don't advertise how much sugar or whatever they're putting in it. They're trying to impose that on these companies via government help. If that's my opinion on what the ad is about.
Okay, John, for you, what do you think is the main message of the ad and how easy was it to understand?
It was quite easy to understand because the reason of being the way you guys represented I actually got the message that you guys wanted us to get in the end of the day. Like we never aware of the packaging, of the health of the food and stuff like that. We're always just buying and not caring what we're consuming into our bodies. And our body at the end of the day is our temples. It's our important, because by the end of the day, in the long run, if you eat takeaways the whole time, you're gonna in the long run you're gonna have problems, sugar, high blood pressure, and all that stuff because of the takeaways and all the bad foods that you're eating without noticing. So clearly, I just want to say thanks for you guys that you guys opened our eyes, like you gave us heads up.
Okay, Tando, for you, what do you take out as being the main message of this ad?
Look, I don't want to be that guy that seems like
Tando, you're on mute. Okay, Tando, let's try it again.
There's a call that came. Sorry about that. There's a couple of things that I'm taking out of the ad, and I'm not gonna try to offend anyone, but one thing, particularly my people, my culture, we consume a lot of unhealthy food, and it's because affordability and lack of knowledge. You know what I mean? So for me personally, it's a very good ad, and it speaks straight to the point that we need to be conscious about what we eat, and we need to read up on what we eat, and not be fooled by ads. You know, because an ad will never really say everything about the product. It's just an ad. It's just there to advertise. You know what I mean? But if you take the liberty and the time to actually read up on it and read the product, because it's not just about you, it's about, like, for example, if you're buying Kellogg's, you're not buying it for yourself only, you're buying it for your kid. So is this going to be suitable for your child as well? So I'm taking a lot of pointers out of it. Don't just consider yourself, but consider everyone else that's within the household, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kurt, for you, what do you take out as the main message of this ad?
So for me, I got 2 or 3 things after the ad, but like one of the top things was that companies who are selling us products are trying to hide off the negative things that they are selling and just putting up like there's a saying that goes, "Hulle hou die blinkkant bo." They keep the shiny side on top.
Yeah.
So they really, but they're putting the wool over our eyes by showing us like the nice things, but not really emphasizing on the negative things on this. So they will tell you there's this percentage of sugar in there, but they don't tell you how dangerous that percentage of sugar that's in that product can do to your body, the harm that can cause. So mainly what I take from this ad is that they are not being upfront of the negative impacts that their products has on the human body.
Okay, okay. And then Carl, for you specifically, what is the main message of the ad and was the ad easy to understand?
Okay, so the ad itself was very easy to understand. I think because it was made in a like a cartoon kind of a background, it's more relatable to not just grown-ups or adults or whatever. You can get the message across to kids as well. So I think, yeah, starting with foundation, like if we were taught this as from young, someone mentioned lack of knowledge coming from our side on fast foods and things of that sort, and what how our bodies are actually impacted by this nice comfort foods in essence as we see it. So if we were made aware of it at a young age, I think our concept behind it and this ad maybe wouldn't have been necessary, because we would have already known, like, they're showing you a picture of something you want to see, but not actually what you're getting. But
Okay.
like if you look at any advertisement, sorry to cut
No,
you there, if you look
carry
at
on.
any advertisement, if you're going maybe to, for example, KFC or McDonald's even, you're looking at the picture of their burger, but when you go there and you actually get it, it doesn't look the same.
Okay.
So that alone like explains it for itself. They're showing you something, but you're not actually getting it. But the most important thing, what I'm getting out of the ad, is that it's what they're not showing you and what they're not telling you about that we should worry about.
Okay, I see Selby gave you a thumbs up. So Selby, what is the main message that you take out and what do you think the ad is easy to understand?
Okay,
I'll come to you just now.
I gave him a thumbs up because I always argue with like waiters at restaurants. Whenever like they serve me a certain meal, I always like, can you look at that picture and look at my burger? Is it the same? I want that burger. So that hence I gave him a thumbs up. So what I took away from the ad is, if if the government or all these companies that sell these products made us aware of each and every product, we would be a very healthy country, basically. So that's basically what I took away from the ad, is that if we were made aware of all these health hazards prior, we would be a more healthier world. But unfortunately, they need to make money, so they just give us what we want. So
Okay.
that's, I mean, if you are made aware, that's just what I took from the ad.
Okay, Tando, if you know with any ad, an ad is made for a certain person. Any ad that is on TV, they normally have an ideal target market in mind for who this ad is made for. Who do you think this ad is trying to target specifically?
Jeez. Look, I mean, I think it's for everyone to begin with. I think it's for everyone. But I think, to be more specific, I think it comes down to people that don't take cognizance of what they eat. People that are just buying for the sake of buying. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna narrow it down to a certain group or whatever, but it's just for naturally. It's for me, my personal opinion. It's for people that are just not cognizant of what they eat and what they buy. Yeah, so it just really just opens up their mind a bit, and yeah, schools them a bit of what they're actually buying. Yeah, so yeah, I think so. I think that's where I stand.
Okay, Stan, I'm going to play devil's advocate and ask you this: is the ad targeting you?
To a certain extent, yes, it is.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
So Rick,
No, definitely.
So Rick, who
Yes,
do you
sir.
think? Selby, I'm going to come to you now. So Rick, who do you think is the target market, and is the ad targeting you? Then I'm going to go to Selby afterwards.
I'll go with your second question first. Yes, I think it does target me. I think it targets anybody that's literate, anybody that will take the time to actually read, or watch and understand what is happening, with regards to the any product that that is being sold that isn't telling you the truth with regards to what the ingredients or whatever the case may be that is unhealthy for you. I think it targets all those people, anybody that's illiterate, basically.
Okay.
That's
Selby.
just my opinion on it.
Selby.
Oh well, I think Tariq just answered everything that I wanted to say, because I feel like it's targeted at each and every consumers, especially us as youth. Um, um, it's rare that you get like a 29-year-old that's got diabetes. Mostly it's the elderly that are more affected by diabetes, but the reason now I'm saying this, it's more targeted at us so that we can change the way that we eat, so that we can live more healthier, to avoid actually getting diagnosed with the diabetes. So I think it's aimed at everyone to be more health conscious, but it speaks to us more as the youth, because we've got plenty of time to live. Well, I'm not the judge of that, but yeah, I think it's targeted at us as the youth to change our eating ways, so that we can put that, like we've got kids that are
Okay.
growing up. So
Okay.
if you're more health conscious, there are things that might be affecting me now, because I wasn't health conscious 10 years ago, but I've got a 3-year-old, and if things like these are publicized, like all the salts and sugars that are in all of that, I can actually change the way I everything that I purchase for my son and everything. Yeah, so
Okay.
that's my perspective. I hope it makes sense.
No, Dad. Tando, you raised your hand. I'm going to come to call afterwards. Tando, you go.
You know what the weird thing is that my mother has had 2 heart attacks. She has high blood. During this lockdown, she just found out now she's got diabetes. But the point I'm trying to make is that ever since she got her heart attacks, her lifestyle has changed. Like her food intake and whatever she eats she's gone on the healthier leap. Ne? This is my mother. Ne? Naturally, I am supposed to go on that leap as well, to try and avoid this kind of problem. But yet I haven't, you know? So the point I'm trying to make is that if you want to change, and if you want to change your lifestyle, and if you want to change whatever you want to eat, it's all up to you. There could be a lot of factors influencing you around you, but it all comes down to the human being ready to take that life decision and changing whatever. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to say that I must change my whole diet and be on a diet, but I could change. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Tando. Carl, you wanted to say?
I think we are the target market with regards to this. So you're looking at the people that's, I would say, relatively young, but also still raising a family. People that could
Yeah,
make the
indeed.
change, and yeah, in terms of being the deciding factor of, is this where you want to be? Is this where you want to go and end up in life? Or is this the path you want to take your kids and show your kids on? Or do you want to make the change, stop the cycle? Because it's been like that. We were not educated properly growing up. I'm not sure if everyone can agree, but that's how I feel with regards to unhealthy and fatty foods and things of that sort. Um, the advert itself, it speaks volumes. Like, irrespective of what angle you look at it, it has relatively very good facts, just based on the fact that you're not being able to see what you're not getting and what you are getting. So it scares you to a point where I want to know more. And I think it's just how they go about how the advert. I'm not sure if this is the advert that will be released for, but example, if this should be released, it's how far they get it out, how many people get to view it, which I am able. I'm very I would really like to see this advert or something to this effect actually play and being filmed or whatever the case may be, because I would like more people to see it.
Carl, I just want to say to you that this will not be the finished product. It's the concept we're deciding. It will go into production with real people. But to the point that Carl raises, and I'm going to come to Jean, on the issue of information, do you believe that this ad gives you new information you did not know, or does it reaffirm information you already know?
Yeah. So I think it's more of a point where like you're in denial to some extent, like you know you're not supposed to be doing it, but you still do it, like, and you believe it's not a problem. It's about getting past that deciding factor, like where I'm not too sure. I am. It might be so, but I'm not also 100% sure. There's no facts to prove it. But here you're getting the actual information. Okay, nothing is being confirmed for you. You're not sure. They don't tell you what is going in the food. So what are you getting? What is this actually meat you're eating? Get what I'm coming at? So yeah, it's something to that point. Like, okay, now I first want to see what it's about before I can go ahead and buy it.
Okay, Jean, for you, was this ad new information or reaffirming what you already know?
No, this actually an eye opener. It's a bit of new information, but what all the guys said, all of the points, it opens my I can say my perspective more to of different people's point of views. So the message comes through, and the way you represent your message you are doing, well, the video we are doing at this moment. It's the best way as how life is done with technology and stuff like that. And what another guy said, it's true what he said, that our foods is not as pure as they say. Like example, the chicken. If you read on the packet, they say 40% water. So what are you eating?
Okay.
How can you get 60% meat of it? You understand what I'm trying to get to? Yeah, but this message is perfectly clear, and this is some new information for me and some stuff I did know already.
Okay, Kurt,
because of the yeah.
Sorry, John. Kurt, for you, is this new information or something you already know?
So this is something that I've already known, but looking at it at this way, it kind of brings new things to light. You know, so it's kind of like a bit of new, but it's just reaffirming the things that we already know. So like we know that these things are bad, but we turn the blind eye to that, the fact that it is bad, you know. That we go after the presence of like the niceness of eating those things, or all the unhealthy things. So we accept it to be part of our normal lives, where it's actually a bad thing to just accept as part of your normal life. So I would say it's just reaffirming things that I already know.
Okay, so if you know, sometimes you can see an ad and it's got very low impact. When I say low impact, it's like you see the ad and tomorrow you carry on with life and it's a by the by. I saw an ad, yeah, it was great last night, and life carries on, and we go about our normal day-to-day run-of-the-mill thing. But sometimes you see an ad and it makes you to stop and think. Then it has that impact to such an extent that you either want to change your behavior or you want to talk to someone about it. If we think of this ad, Selby, do you think that this is an ad that would make you stop and talk to others in your family or friends about the ad and the message that the ad is trying to communicate?
Yes, definitely. I definitely converse with family, friends about the ad. But it will depend on the individual at the end of the day. But it would be something that I would share. But it really goes down to the individual. I'm gonna make an example with alcohol and cigarettes. I drink alcohol, and I smoke cigarettes, when you buy the packet, it shows you that this thing is not good for you, but I still go and smoke that cigarette. It's something that I would share, but it definitely goes down to the individual if they want to make the change. So I think my influence will be more on the ones that are coming after me, like my child. I can teach him to a certain extent, but he's gonna grow up and be an adult and have to make his own decisions. So like the young ones, even if it's not even my child, like within the family, you can literally teach them on how to eat, because I think that's where a lot of us were misled and were unfortunate, because we were not taught of living healthy. When you get a burger from Spur, you are excited. But if someone came in with a salad, you'd look at it once and you'd be like, no, I'm gonna make myself a sandwich. So
Okay.
so it's basically up to us to teach the young ones, so that we can actually change the way we live. But at some point, they're gonna have they're gonna grow up and have to make their own decisions. But I believe if you're consistent in teaching someone something, eventually they will go with it. So yeah, that's my perspective and my
Okay.
view of the ad.
Okay. Tariq, for you, would this ad have talkability? Is it a strong message that you think you'd want to share with people?
Definitely, definitely. I was trying to think back what that website was, because I think it's actually brilliant work they're doing, trying to make get actually create awareness for these type of things. I mean, I think it's brilliant. I would definitely pass it on if
Okay.
I could.
And I wanted to ask you guys in terms of, like I said, sometimes you can see an ad and it's a by the by, doesn't have an impact. And sometimes you can see an ad and it changes your behavior. You've seen this ad, and tomorrow you now get sent out by the wifey and the girlfriend and the fiance and the not girlfriend because you're still single, but you have to go out and go buy stuff. Does the ad have an impact that would make you be conscious of the products you buy? Kurt, I'm coming to you.
Okay, so I was before you raised this point, I was actually thinking about this ad itself and the impact it has. So it will create some sort of awareness. But the thing with regards to this specific thing, and I think we are so set in our ways with regards to eating unhealthy, and we enjoy those things. And I think Tando mentioned that his mom was now diagnosed diabetic, and he's supposed to latch onto that and eat healthy, but he hasn't. And so just with regards to that, like we're so set in our ways, it's gonna take something really big, more than just an ad of that nature or context. It's gonna take a lot more than that to change our ways, or to go and go buy specifically healthy, or for us to change our diets, or our eating habits. So I'll go out now, like after seeing this, I'll be a bit more aware. But I know myself, come like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, for like maybe next weekend, and then I'll be having McDonald's again, or I'll be having a Gatsby or chip roll again. So
Okay. Okay, Carl, for you, does the ad impact our behavior? You've heard now what Kurt has said. What's your views? What's your
Yeah.
thoughts?
With regards to the ad itself, I think to a certain extent, like it will make you more conscious about it, but will you actually go ahead and do it? It's the question. So personally, I can't say I will. I'll take everything in of the ad, but yes, if I am sent now, I will definitely be looking into what is it that I'm actually getting. So maybe trying just to actually take the time, whether I'm going to Checkers to get some groceries, to take the time and read the back of the package. What might be in there and what else could be in here that they're not telling us about.
Okay. Okay. Shelby, for you, change in behavior, impact on behavior as a result of this ad?
Honestly, um, I am health conscious to a certain extent, but I don't guarantee that it has that impact to change me directly, because I've proven myself that I'm not disciplined when it comes to such teachings such as advertisement, because there's a lot of things that we're not supposed to do that we still do apart from food. um there's a lot of things that we see every day, social media, TV, everywhere, even wherever we go, that you're not supposed to do this. Oh, well, not that you're not supposed to do it, but you can do this and live like a healthier life. But I think for someone else, it would be impact them to change. As for me, I know I'm not that disciplined, so it would have to take some time.
Okay. But it raises a point that I'm going to ask, for you to think about this, because, and earlier on we spoke about it as well. Kurt now mentioned it again, and I just want to explore that point in the sense of saying, even though we are aware about unhealthy foods and sugary drinks, generally the perpetuation of that buying behavior of consuming that still happens. But I also want to understand, besides, early on you spoke about the convenience of these foods. Besides, someone spoke about the taste of these foods, these fast foods, these unhealthy foods and sugary drinks. Is there any other reasons that you think is influencing consumers to continue perpetuating the behavior of unhealthy foods, besides the convenience and just the taste? Carl, you can start it off, and Kurt is doing this. Kurt,
Yeah.
I'm going to come to you now. Carl, you can go.
It's cost effective and they're everywhere. So,
Okay.
like coming down to advertisement, whether you're scrolling through Facebook, whether you're just on Google, on YouTube, wherever, whatever you are doing, there's always constantly fast foods advert coming up. I'm not sure how many of you can relate to this, but I know always whatever you're going through, whether you're on your phone, on the laptop, whether you're just walking across the street, there's always a fast foods place everywhere.
Okay, so it's location for
Yeah,
you as well, and that whole thing about advertising. Jean,
yeah.
for you, is there any other reason that you could think of what causes people to continue buying unhealthy food and sugary drinks?
Same as the way they're represented.
The way it's represented.
End of the day, we're all human, you understand? But yeah, the way they represent the ads, maybe on the TVs and stuff like that, like McDonald's ads and stuff like that. You see the clown, McDonald's clown. That's for little kids. That intrigues them. That has their lock. That's why they want to go to McDonald's, because of the clown, because of the toys they get.
Okay.
So that's how the people represent it, and that's not always the truth. It's mostly lies. All the truth are hidden away. Like what's going on behind the scenes. Like at KFC, example, the oil they use. That oil gets reused for how long? We don't know.
Okay. Tando, for you, what do you think are some of the other reasons, if anything? We've mentioned convenience, advertising, taste. Kurt mentioned money. Kurt said it's affordable. Do you think there are any other reasons?
Hey man, I think people that are unhealthy only think this way. They think about money, they think about convenience. For example, think about it this way. If you're gonna go to Hasa Grill, for example, and have a sit-down meal, you pay something like, I don't know, a steak, a T-bone steak, for example. Let's say $3.50. That $3.50, if you go to Chicken Licken, you could feed like 9 people of your family. You understand? And still have a happy meal for your kid. You understand? So it's all about convenience, it's all about affordability. But at the same time, in retrospect, we need to be honest about it. Healthy food is expensive. Like healthy food is expensive. And people that can afford healthy food, it's not because they are rich at times, but naturally they are rich. But some of them, it's because their health depends on it. So they don't have another choice. They have to eat that healthy food. Us, hey man, we still got a choice. You know, we can still play around, whatever. It's not a good mentality, but it's the reality of it. You know, so yeah.
Okay, and if we think about government and their support and their initiatives to try and force companies to do better labeling, I just want to tell Kurt, it seems like your audio is not connecting. When you reconnect, can you try and reconnect through audio? Because I can't see your microphone. When you go out of the meeting and you come back in, try and reconnect with audio. Yeah, Kurt, we can see you having trouble with audio because we can't hear you. Just try and go out and reconnect with audio if possible. But for the rest of the guys, if you think about government support and things like that, or government initiatives, do you think a campaign like this will encourage you to support government in forcing companies to do better labeling of their products? Carl?
Okay, so based on the labeling perspective, so I think it will come down to we will probably still be purchasing not the type of food we want to or our bodies need, but it will be the, how can I put it? Like if you're looking at, for example, you have ShopRite and you have Pick and Pay. So we're looking at both of these packets. It's both unhealthy, for example. It's, yeah, maybe both are, hypothetically speaking, it's both unhealthy, but we look at the healthier option of it. So we'll still probably go for the unhealthy food, but the healthier option of the unhealthy food.
Okay.
It will at least give us that option. So in essence, we might not be going very far off the path, but we will still be off the path.
Okay. I just want to give a note to the guys at the back. If they can help Kurt connect with audio, please. He is trying to come back into the meeting every time. Just try and help him with audio. Tando, yeah, Kurt, he is trying to come back, but he doesn't come back with audio. Okay. No, we're gonna, if you can come in, we can take him. On this thing about government support, Tariq, will an ad like this make you conscious of this campaign and your support for government to continue forcing companies to do better labeling?
Definitely, yes. But I don't think it would happen. I'm not too sure. It's just my opinion, but I don't think it would actually happen. With the power these companies have, a lot of them, the bigger ones, I'm not sure it would happen, but I would definitely be up for it and support it 100%.
Okay. When you talk about the powers that these guys have got, do you just mean in terms of the money they generate?
Money. If you look at the money they make and in terms of what they supply to the government in terms of tax and whatever, does the government have the power to tell them, hey, you need to start labeling this in a certain way? And there's various factors, but I mean, a lot of the time the big companies, like let's say McDonald's for example, need to tell you that you need to say, well, we put this amount of sugar in our foods, and whatever. But for example, like, do you think the government can tell them you have to do this, or they will just be like, well, we'll pull out of the country, and what you're gonna do about it? You're gonna lose so much money, and you have nothing to gain. Let's just continue the way we've been doing it for years. On McDonald's though, they do actually post the amount of calories and whatever they put in their meals, which is kind of a good thing. No one reads it though. So I think awareness is more important than actually getting a petition signed or whatever.
Okay, Tando, for you wanted to say something? Tando?
Like, do you guys honestly, the person making the burger at McDonald's knows the calories or the amount of sugar or the amount of whatever that they're using? I mean, that person just went there to go get a job, you know?
Okay.
So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to highlight is that even the people that are making these foods are not educated enough, you know? So does that then become the problem of the company that before they hire people, they need to educate them, you know? Because in all honesty, if you come into a job like any other person, you come into the job, you promise, you say you're going to do this, you're going to do that. Once you get the job, it's a different story. You know, you sort of get get to the norm of the business with the old stuff and whatnot, and then you end up, you know, having that same mentality, you know. So yeah, man, I mean, yeah, it's a tough one, honestly. It's a very tough.
But would you support government's initiatives to try and force companies to do better labeling or more labeling on their products?
I definitely would, but does government have that infrastructure?
Okay.
Because think about it this way: our president is, I think at some point in time they said he's a shareholder in McDonald's. You understand?
He owns McDonald's.
He owns McDonald's. You understand? He owns McDonald's. So shouldn't the bus stop with him? You know?
Okay, Carl, what do you want to say?
If there was an initiative, if there was one, yeah, 100% I will be behind it. As much as I possibly can, whether it is just sharing a video. Social media is big. If they do tackle the social media platform, that is where the most views and things would come from. That's the furthest they'll probably get it out. If there should be one, I'll definitely be supporting it. But like most of the guys are aware in here, what is the likelihood that they would have such an initiative? Because how badly wouldn't it affect the country or the people making money out of it? So, yeah.
Okay. And John, if I can kind of like ask you this question. An ad like this, let's use Coca-Cola, right? So Coca-Cola has got sugary drinks. They're a company that produces a lot of products. Does an ad like this make you think any different of Coca-Cola? Once you see an ad, how does it affect what you think of the companies who are producing these unhealthy foods and sugary drinks?
I don't look different at it because at the end of the day, that's how we were brought up, and we were brought up in this lifestyle, in this way of life, not caring about the main factors of the problems, like what we are consuming in our bodies, the stuff we eat, stuff we drink, where we eat, and something like Curtin said, like McDonald's, that's only a name. At the end of the day, the building, the people who's working in the building, they know at the back there, and people educated to be there. He has to check everything. He's going to go look for a job.
Yeah. Sorry, your network was just giving a bit of a problem in terms of connection. So sorry about that. We part of what you're saying was not heard adequately.
I give Coca-Cola a lot of props though.
Why?
Coca-Cola, they've changed the way they do things, in the sense that they will still offer you the original Coca-Cola, but they'll give you a whole variety now, you know. Okay. And they're very bold. They say they on the bottles there's no sugar.
Less sugar.
Like it's visible. Yeah, it's very visible. Like it's there. Like you know what you're getting. You know. So
sorry to break you up, but it was enforced. I wanted to touch on that subject because on our beverages that we currently consume now, there's like a change. Most of them have no no sugar, basically. So I just want to say, Coca-Cola, don't say you like what Coca-Cola does, which is, you're not wrong, but I think it was enforced by the government because they were serving us a whole lot of sugar. And there was a sudden change where they each and every drink that you actually purchase, you'd get that it's sugar-free. I think that was a law that was enforced with them. I'm not sure. It's just what I think.
Okay, so what we're gathering is that when it comes to companies, and I just want to get clarity, it's like you guys are saying that, you know, the ad doesn't necessarily change your opinion about the companies that are producing those unhealthy foods and sugary drinks. Carl, what does the ad do in terms of your thoughts towards these companies, if any?
The ad itself, with regards to the actual company and not the product, I don't think they're to blame. Like, honestly speaking, if we were in that position to open up something, that type of establishment, to be making that money to our pockets as well. So, yeah, who do you blame for that? So it's more about laws and policies put into place, maybe a threshold of this is the amount of per meal, this is the amount of calories and protein that has to at least go into this particular meal that could be
Okay,
sold. You get where I'm coming from? So
yeah,
it's a I think it comes down to there's no set of rules put into place of what you can and can't sell when it
okay.
comes to food.
Okay, then I want to ask you guys, if you think of the ad as a whole, right? Was there any scene, phrase, or anything in the ad that you think might be perceived as offensive, rude, inappropriate for whatever viewers that might be exposed to this ad? So was there anything inappropriate or offensive? And if someone's got something, they can just wave and we can find out what that is. Anything that you'd like to mention that was inappropriate or offensive? Okay, I gather not really. Then I want to ask then,
Danny, can you do us a favor?
you got what?
Can you do us a favor? Can you play that ad again?
Yes, please.
Okay, that's not part of the script. But
This one thing though.
Can always bend the rules.
There's one thing though that I want to touch on.
Yes, Carl.
You asked with regards to the video. There's just something that came to mind. No offense to anyone, but the fact that it's a fat lady that gets the information of diabetes. So, to my knowledge, it's not just that you have to be fat. Get where I'm coming at? So, I think just that whole persona or perception that it's the fat person, I don't normally think that is the case, because I personally know people that isn't of weight or of big body build that also has diabetes. I actually had a friend, relatively young, type. I'm not sure what type, but he passed away of it, and like it affected his life very, very hugely. So also maybe the knowledge of the type of sicknesses that you're getting into because of this stuff. I think it's because of lacking of that as well.
Okay.
Knowing what causes what type of sickness or illness as well.
Okay, so if I ask you guys, was there any scene that was most memorable? Shelby, a scene that you liked or that stood out of that ad, which scene would that be?
For me, it was actually when she was getting diagnosed by the doctor. Like, don't you wish they would have told you before actually purchasing that line? So that's the line that I took out of that. And to go back to the previous question, for me, this is gonna be a bit racial. The people on the ad are black people, right? And it's a problem that I've always had with the most of advertisements that are being put out there. It's always like they always use black people, especially when it comes to knowledge. I don't think whether they think that health the people like the other race knows everything basically when it comes to health. Like, you never get ads like that where they use a white person and be like, we're teaching you about this. They always use people of color when it comes to that. Like the question that I wanted to touch on at the beginning of the ad, when you asked what's our favorite advertisement, I don't know whether you said on the ones that you showed us, but anything. There's an advertisement that was banned it was, if you remember, before SABC 1 was just like SABC 1, it was Yamambela. So the script was turned where white people were basically in the townships, and the black people were living the life that white people currently live. I'm not being racist or anything.
No, it's fine, bro. Don't worry.
So like it's things like that. That ad was banned solely because it's a white guy waking up in a shack, going outside, going to the taxi rank, and basically, I don't know whether you remember that he was paving a Mapaputi song.
No,
for me, what was offensive for me, it's that when each and every product that they want to teach, it's always solely focused on black people. I don't know whether they want to sell everything to us or whatever, but things like these you only see if you're gonna be real and like, just basically go look at any other ads. If it's gonna be an ad, if they're advertising cologne, for instance, they're gonna use a white model. Or you're gonna advertise private jets, they're gonna use a white model. But if they're gonna advertise like funeral parlors, ShopRite, they're gonna use black people. I basically think it with a target market, basically. I don't know whether I think I've got out of line.
Okay.
I hope I made my point. That's what makes it offensive.
I hear your point. I'm going to go to Carl, who raised his hand. Carl, what do you want to say?
Okay, just with regards to that, yeah, what Shelby mentioned. Shelby, firstly, I think it comes down to the target market, the general population. No offense, but yeah, don't take it wrong. No racism here, but black people are generally the most in the country, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, it's true, bro. It's true what you
So
said.
I think,
100%.
but I get where you're coming from, because I feel as well that I'm colored, so that I feel that there could have easily been a colored person in there, because looking at the colored intake, our food intake and things like that, in every colored area, that's where you find the most McDonald's, KFCs, these tikka places and things of that sort. So I think it's more, Shelby, that black people are the biggest within the population of the country. That's why it could be. But I see your point as to why always black people. Whereas I feel that colored people, the message would come across to us then much better.
Yeah.
Okay, Tariq, and I hear your points raised and it's noted. Tariq, for you, what was the most memorable scene in the ad?
I think the part where she gets diagnosed as well.
Okay.
I think before, yeah. I'm not still going to go into depth with regards to it, but that's what stood out the most. Yeah.
Tando, for you, the scene that was most memorable and liked?
I think I share the same sentiments, guys, because I think that's where the message sort of becomes more important.
Okay.
Became clear.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna
sure.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do now is share the screen and show you the slogan "Be Upfront." Can you all see it? Okay,
Yeah.
thanks, Carl. So now I want to ask, on the slogan "Be Upfront," do you, and ignore the picture, I want you to think about the phrase line, the slogan line, "Be Upfront." Tariq, if I can ask you, do you find that the slogan "Be Upfront" is catchy, is catches your attention, evokes an emotion? Does it speak positively? And what do you think of the slogan "Be Upfront"?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's like a sense of some shock value in that slogan, as much as I can tell. Yeah, I think it's catchy in a way. I don't see any problem with it. If you're trying to get awareness or get the attention of the consumer, then by all means, that's a good one.
And maybe to ask you, Tariq, when you see the slogan "Be Upfront," who upfront with what and who must be upfront?
The companies with the companies selling these products, whether it's Kellogg's, Cocoa Pops, whatever it is. I'm just looking at the cereal now, but whoever is selling the product needs to be upfront.
Okay, Selby, for you.
Okay, well, for me, being upfront and putting it on the actual packaging will not work. So for me, the company should be upfront, and what they do when they advertise on TV, on media, like basically anywhere they advertise, they should be specifying these things on the actual adverts. They should make a beautiful advert, and then at the end or in the beginning, they let us know on the advertisement, because in the advertisement we see all the beauty of the product. And then when you get to the shop, you're not gonna read through that thing because you just want what you saw on the ad, and you're just gonna click. It's very rare that someone's gonna pick up a product. First of all, that's very time consuming. Imagine you've got a grocery list and you have to go through each and every product. So the only way they can make us aware of this thing is to advertise these things when they make the ads, but they will never do it because they're gonna lose money at the end of the day. But I think that's where they should be upfront, not on the actual packaging, but when they also make the ads. That's my 2 cents.
Carl, for you, the slogan "Be upfront," how does it resonate, and is it catching, and does it invoke an emotion?
Yes, it is very catchy. So it all depends in what context it will then be used. So if it's like in this, if you're looking at a picture, this exact picture right now, more to the fact that she's looking more confused. I feel if she was looking at the actual packaging, because I don't see her look, it doesn't seem like she's looking directly at the box. But for me, if she was looking more directly at the box as to be upfront, like with regards to not the packaging but the actual product, then I think it will have a better or much better effect. So if you're looking at an actual product and it's like be upfront with regards to the product, it might then also be looked at that you're attacking that particular brand or things, something like that. But it is very catchy. It does question like be upfront about what do I have to look more into? What do I have to look at? What are they not being upfront about? What do I need to know?
Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the second ad. So we're going to go through it, and it will probably go a little bit faster because of you guys being in the kind of rhythm of what we're trying to determine. This is a second idea concept, and so we're gonna watch the ad twice, then do the evaluation, and then quickly conclude our discussion this afternoon with a quick discussion on the ad. So let me play the ad for you. Can you see it?
Yeah.
I'm going to play it twice.
They start us when we're small, teaching us to love sweet, salty, fatty food because we don't know better. It's in everything we eat, everywhere we look. They entice us to buy food that makes us sick with diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure. With all this unhealthy food and no clear warning labels, we can hardly make good choices. It's time to speak up now. We need government warnings about what's in our food, non-warning labels on unhealthy packaged food.
I'm going to play the ad one more time.
They start us when we're small, teaching us to love sweet, salty, fatty food because we don't know better. It's in everything we eat, everywhere we look. They entice us to buy food that makes us sick with diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure. With all this unhealthy food and no clear warning labels, we can hardly make good choices. It's time to speak up now. We need government warnings about what's in our food, demand warning labels on unhealthy packaged food.
Okay. And then we can stop that. Now I'm going to launch the ad evaluation, please, for you to look at and for you to answer the questions. The questions are exactly the same. The first 10 questions, please answer the most appropriate one that you would like to select. It is based on the ad that you've just seen. So on the question of, is it easy to understand? Is it believable? Is it relevant to you? Please go through each of the questions and mark the appropriate one. Then you can notify me when you've reached the end of the 10 questions, and then we can do the last 2 questions of this ad. Thank you, Tando. Tariq, you done?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Tariq. Thanks, John. Paul, thank you. Shelby, I don't know what you said.
No, I'm trying to submit, but I think I have skipped one question.
Just check for me there, Shelby, and then let me know when you've submitted. Shelby, you muted.
Allowing to submit for some reason.
It's not allowing you to.
It's grayed out. I think I've done all the questions, but it's just not allowing me to submit.
Okay, sometimes when there's a network connectivity issue, it may be that. So all answers, all questions have been answered. You just need to press submit, you say.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Okay, thanks a lot. Now we're gonna do the last 2 questions. Please just mark the appropriate one. Will this ad motivate you to take action like signing a petition or a message to call on government to require companies to display clear front of package warnings on unhealthy foods? And is this ad an effective ad on front of package labeling on the harms of sugary drinks and unhealthy foods? Okay, thanks Tariq, thanks Carl. Tando, thank you. Selby, thanks. Selby, what's wrong?
I can't even see the thing.
You can't see it?
No.
Just see at minimize on your screen. Did it maybe minimize by itself or move, or just check for me?
I didn't touch anything on my screen. It's just not there.
Okay, it should be there. Okay, Selby, do me a favor. Can you tell me what your answer would have been on question 11 between strongly disagree and strongly agree?
I couldn't see question 11, so I can't really.
Okay, question 11 says, will this ad motivate you to take action like signing a petition or sharing a message on social media on front of package? You agree?
Okay. Yeah.
Is it strongly agree or somewhat agree?
Strongly agree.
Okay, question 12 says, is this an effective ad on front of package labeling on harms of sugary drinks and unhealthy foods? Do scale from 1 to 5, strongly disagree to strongly agree?
I'd say 3.
A 3. Okay. Thank you very much for giving me those answers. I see that we have lost John maybe he's got connectivity problems, but we can continue with the discussion. Again, in terms of this ad that we've now seen, Carl, what do you think could be the word in which you would describe this ad?
This ad, for me, it shows what we should have been taught, like from a young age. So exactly, I think all of us maybe touch base on that. It's more of our upbringing that weren't educated well enough with regards to unhealthy foods. That could be to blame as to the life and the healthy lifestyle, unhealthy lifestyles we are living now. So yeah, it touches a lot on the upbringing. So on what we should have known and what we should do better as parents then now.
Okay, okay. Tariq, for you, do you have a word or two to describe this ad?
To describe this ad, informative, I think.
Informative.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Just
Yeah, carry on, Tariq.
just a bit of information on what we should be knowing about certain products being sold to us all the time, without us having any real information on it or warnings about these products.
Okay. If we think about the message, Tando, what do you think the main message of this ad is, and is it easy to understand?
I think it's very much easy to understand. I think it basically speaks to this is not just a problem from us, but it's a generational problem. That stems from being a kid up to now. So if you can break the cycle from childhood, then we will be a much healthier country. We will raise much healthier kids because and they will raise much healthier kids of their own, because it'll be just a cycle, a rotational cycle that our parents taught us this, so we'll teach our kids, and so forth and so forth. So yeah.
Okay. Shelby, for you, what do you think is the main message of this ad?
For me, I think they're trying to be more health conscious, first of all, and I think they want brands to be more transparent, so that we will basically know as consumers what we're basically consuming.
Okay.
Because I think that's where we were failed at first, by not being transparent of what they put in the food that you consume. I think for me the word is transparency.
Okay.
For me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jean, for you, what do you believe is the main message of this ad?
As other guys just said now, transparency is, you have to be aware of what we consume.
Okay.
Into our bodies and stuff like that. So because we are not aware of what we are consuming.
Okay. And Tariq, if you had to think about it, who do you think is the target market for this ad, and is this new information that you get?
I don't think it's new information. I think the target market is the consumers. So you see a mother buying food for a daughter. The daughter's eating the food, not knowing any better, but the mother should know. It's all about the information being fed to us as people, as consumers. It's obviously the consumer market being targeted here.
Okay.
Because younger generation doesn't know what certain things are, or what the implications of eating sugars or whatever is really. So it's up to the consumer to really gain knowledge about these things.
Okay, Carl, for you, who do you think this ad is targeted at, and does it teach you something new?
Teaching something new? Not really. And it's mostly targeted to, I would say, parents. So yeah, it's single parent, single mother, single father, couples, whatever the case. But as a parent, it's more about we should know better. To those of us that are parents. So yeah, on what you're actually giving your child to eat, what lifestyle you're bringing them up into, as we were brought up into certain lifestyles when it comes to healthy or unhealthy eating. So it's what we are exposing them to now. Like I mentioned before, continuing the cycle or breaking the chain. Yeah.
Okay. So is this message something that will have impact that we would speak to others about it? Selby, is this message strong enough in terms of this ad execution? And then I'll come to you, Jean, after Selby. In terms of being, being encouraged to speak about it with others.
Somehow I feel, yeah, it is a very strong message. But I still feel that they can actually do better in terms of communicating that. Like for instance, what we saw here, we only saw, okay, well, you showed us the other clip where they put on the ads, which I touched on earlier. So of putting it on the actual package, when you advertise the product, put it out there. That's gonna be easier to remember when someone sees it on TV, like on a visual, or someone hears about it, than actually going to purchase the product and think that someone's gonna read the product. It's only when you bought, like for instance, even if when you're chilling at a McDonald's somewhere, the only time you'll read the packaging is when you're alone and sitting there and eating your meal. But if you're out there with family, friends, chances of you reading packaging are rare. Or even when you go to grocery, chances of you reading the packaging before you each and every product you purchase are rare. So I think when they put it out there to everyone on social media, on media as a whole, they should state out these things. Like if you see alcohol advertisements, they don't advertise cigarettes anymore. Alcohol advertisements, they'll tell you not for sale to under the age of 18. But they don't
That's the
put the
first thing
health
they do.
hazard.
Okay.
Yeah. But if they could do that, not for sale to under 18, alcohol is not good for you. It can make your driving a bit unstable. So it's things like that, but they will never do it because they need to make money at the end of the day. You see?
Okay.
So if they can put it out there, not only on the packaging, but also because that's where before you go buy a product, you have to see it somewhere. You won't go to a shop and just select something. You have to see it somewhere, or someone has to recommend that from somewhere.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that they need to be more transparent.
Okay. And Tando, for you, on the issue of would this ad make you talk to someone, but at the same time, does this ad change your attitude as to how you're going to buy, how it would influence you in buying the products that you go out to buy? Linking it now to things that Selby now says, I want you to think of, will this ad make you want to talk to others about it? But more importantly, would it have an impact on your buying behavior?
Of course, like I've said before, I've got a parent that's diagnosed with diabetes. So with this, I just reaffirmed that I need to be cognizant and take note, and just change my ways of eating and the thing that I consume for my body. I've got a child, so I shouldn't just let my child blackmail me in a way that just because I want to please them, but I need to consider their future and their health going forward. So it will definitely um, 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 affect my buying power, my mentality when I'm in the shop, and sometimes I'm not gonna read every product, but there should be products that I see that I can just take a look at the back and read it, so yeah, so it will definitely change my mentality when I'm in the shop, the way that what I'm eating, and definitely talk about amongst my peers, especially the ones with kids, so yeah.
Okay. Tariq, for you, on the same question of attitude towards changing purchase behavior, do you think an ad like this could have an impact on you?
I think it would have a minimal impact, but it would put that thought in my mind, though. So I'd be more informed and make a more informed decision based on what I'm buying. I think that's the importance of the ad. Yeah, it's not to change people overnight and just change from one thing to the other. Give them the information so therefore they know what they are buying and what is better or worse for them. I think changing people's minds slowly and developing that sense of what is better for you will it will play out and make them buy better things in the future. So maybe 10 years down the line, people won't be buying Coke anymore. Like, just for example, not that it's will happen, but I mean, I think it's just that information, constant information to help people not buy these toxic things.
Okay, and in terms of our increase for government support, a campaign like this, an ad like this, does it still positively contribute to your willingness to support government initiatives that relate to labeling of foods and drinks things specifically? Selby, for you, would it still, kind of like, have that support?
Yes, for me, it would definitely have that support, but because I feel like it's high time that we actually attend to these things. As a country, we're facing, well, as the world, in fact, a high number of obesity, of people that are unhealthy. So and these companies are just milking money out of everything and not making us aware of anything that they sell us. They taste good, yes, but if they would make some sort of awareness, if the government would enforce such laws, for instance, they're going to lose a lot of money and they're going to fight that. And we're unfortunate to be in South Africa, on the part of the world, which is money makes the world go around here. So these companies are probably paying big monies to these guys. I'm sure, because they enforced it with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is doing it. Each and every product you buy from Coca-Cola, it shows you that it's sugar-free. At the same time, we don't really know that. It's what they put up front with us. So yeah, I definitely support it. I definitely have my I'd have the back on towards the concept. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go to Carl first. Carl, what did you want to say? You're on mute, Carl.
Okay, yes, I just want to touch on what Selby mentioned now. It's the bigger companies that has the money and things like that. But also looking at it like this, they're all able to change like Coca-Cola did. So Coca-Cola then adapted to the situation and they made the change so that they can still stay afloat. They can still stay as one of the leading beverages companies in the world. So looking at it, KFC, not too long, like yeah, a couple of years back, it was also something to this effect, the whole health thing and everything, and then they released a salad kind of a thing, if I'm not mistaken. McDonald's also a fold over meal, which is supposed to be relatively healthier than the rest of the menu. So I think if it does come down to something like this, it is an initiative that I will stand behind. So if we can continue, the government can also jump into it and put more pressures on bigger companies. They can maybe change the product to an extent where the product is more healthier so that they can still continue to make business and be open and things like that. So that it does possibly, but also not really affect the economy too much.
Okay. John, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, as Colin said, yeah, now as Coke can adapt to the had less sugar and stuff like that. And I mean, Coke is a big company. It is right across the world known. Coca-Cola is known everywhere. If they can change, if they can do that, why can't the other companies, the smaller companies, do that?
Okay.
And the government, I will support it 100% because why? If they have turned Coke around, Coke can become more healthier. I mean, the other companies can do this as well because why? I mean, Coke is a big project in the world. They are a very, very big project. And they release a lot of cool drinks and stuff like that. So if they can do the change, why can't the others?
Yeah. So when it comes to scenes in the ad, was there any scenes in the ad that was offensive or inappropriate? that you saw?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Okay, everybody shaking their head. Which was the scene that was most memorable? Paul, for you.
The part at the end, the hazardous part. Yeah, so I'm still picturing that. So if they could put labeling on the products, they think this is very high in caffeine, this is very high in salt, in sugar, in potassium, whatever the case may be. So if they state that, you'll know the health risk already at hand. So if you're looking at the front of something and up front of the box or whatever the case may be, and it says the high intake of sugar, okay, now I have to stay away from that because that doesn't agree well with me. Where you get where, so there will probably be products that will be high in so many things that they'll have to change the entire or the whole labeling system that they have or boxing or whatever. But yeah, that stood out a lot in the advert. That picture that caught my eye.
Okay. Jean, you wanted to say what scene stood out for you? You raised your hand.
Yeah, as Carl said now, the labeling of the package. Like example, the other guy said cigarettes on front of the box stands. It kills you. Cigarettes kills.
John, sorry. I'm asking you, in the ad, which scene was most memorable for you? In the ad itself that we saw, which scene did you remember the most that stood out?
I would say the end of the ad. How you represent your product. Like the labeling of it. It was like cigarettes. Example, like cigarettes. They are in front of the box. It stands. It might kill you. It gives cancer. It says that on front of the box. So the way they represent the stuff, they should do it with the food also. They should say if there's high sugar in it, if you can get cholesterol of it, or you understand.
Okay. Okay. Tariq, for you, which scene?
The kid eating the cereal would be the most memorable for me.
The kid eating the cereal?
Yeah, the entire scene explaining what it does, and then the kid still eating the cereal, no one knowing any better. That would be it. Thank you.
Okay. Shelby, for you?
For me, it's the wedding at the beginning. They start with the small. They start when we're small. I think that was the most memorable thing because once you get someone at a very young age and manage to brainwash their minds by selling that product, chances of them getting out of that product are very slim. So for me, it would have to be that part where they start when we're small.
Okay, okay. And lastly, Tando, for you, a scene that is most memorable from the ad?
I think probably the delusion of thinking when we feed the child cereal, then we give them juice, and then we give them yogurt, we are doing justice to them. But you don't understand the amount of sugar that we're actually feeding them, you know? So I think that really stood out for me because it's something that I practice on my child, you know? So yeah, so I think it's one of the things that has sort of made me aware, conscious, and yeah,
Okay.
definitely want to change it.
Okay. If we look at the slogan, specifically, I just want to get to the next one. They don't care. So my question, Carl, and I'm going to start with you. Is this a thought-provoking, attention-grabbing type slogan?
Okay, so would you be able to click on that one because it's still on the concept one, be up front.
Okay, what does it do now?
Still the same, still on be up front. Or
Okay.
I still see be up front.
Okay,
I
let me
think you have
stop it.
to stop screen sharing and then first click on that and then screen share from there.
I just want to see.
Move it to the side. Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, so let me go there. Do you see they don't care?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, so Tell me what you think of the slogan, "They don't care."
Gotcha.
Carl?
It's the truth.
The slogan, they don't care, would allow. Yeah? Can you hear?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm stopping my video. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Hello? Okay, awesome. So the slogan, they don't care, it lets us think a bit further as to who we're buying from, what products we are constantly buying. So to be more mindful of where we're going to get our food, where we're going to get our groceries. Yeah.
Okay. And in Selby, what do you think of the slogan, "They don't care"? Is it thought-provoking? Does it communicate a positive message?
It's not. I wouldn't say they communicate a positive message, but I strongly agree. They don't really care. They don't care. They just want to make money. So I wouldn't say it's positive. It's the opposite.
Okay. And when you think the word of "they," who does "they" refer to, Selby, for you?
It's referred to. I'm basically there's businesses that we purchase our products from. So it's basically referred to them. So they is basically the suppliers that basically create all these products that and sell to us.
Okay. Tando, for you, in terms of the slogan, "They don't care," what are your thoughts?
I definitely think it's the suppliers. They don't care. They just want to make money. It's all about profits. Yeah, it's just business as usual. You know, we produce, we want to sell, and that's that.
Okay. If we think of both of these together, right? Be upfront and "they don't care." Can you guys see both of them on the slide?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to know, between the two slogans, "Be upfront" and "They don't care," which one do you think is the most effective? Tariq, for you,
They
which one
don't
do you
care.
think works strongest? They don't
They
care.
don't care by far. It paints a picture of the harsh reality of the world we live in with regards to.
No, carry on, Tariq. John, please don't just interrupt. Let Tariq just speak.
So yeah, it gives you the reality of the situation we find ourselves in, with regards to these companies that just pump us full of sugar, etc. It's thought provoking, it's shocking, it gets the message across that they don't care, so you have to.
Okay, Jean, for you, between the two, "Be upfront" and "They don't care," which one is the stronger, more effective slogan?
I'm gonna agree there with that. With that guy, that "They don't care." That is the strongest. That's the most effective because of being up straight. That you being upfront. That they don't care. Yeah, so that's definitely number two.
Selby, for you?
For me, I think these things coincide with each other. Basically, well, they don't care, the one that I go to, concept two, because they will never be upfront. So if they do take care, they will be upfront. If they put some care in it, then they will be upfront. So for me, basically something that speaks the same language, because being upfront cannot happen if they don't care, and if they care, only they can be upfront.
Okay. Tando, sorry, Tando, for you, between the two slogans?
I think I'll definitely go with what Sab is saying. They definitely go hand in hand. But "They don't care" is probably the one that stood out for me. I think primarily because there's a small child there. So it sort of says that it starts from that age already, that they don't care about me as a kid. Why would they care about me going forward? You know what I mean? So yeah, I think "They don't care" speaks volumes to me.
Okay. So guys, what we're going to do now is our last exercise, where you will evaluate the where you will evaluate the two ads against each other. So we looked at concept 1 and concept 2. Be upfront was concept 1, they don't care was concept 2. So when you get asked the following questions, you need to answer in relation to those two campaigns alone. Concept 1 and concept 2. We did not watch concept 3 and 4. So please limit your answers to 1 and 2, with 1 being be upfront and 2 being they don't care. So on the questions, on the following questions, which one of the ads that you've seen would be the most likely that you would talk to someone about? Concept 1, be upfront, or concept 2, they don't care? Question 2 would be the opposite, so you would answer there. Question 3 says overall, which one of the ads would be most likely to increase your support for warning labels on the front of food and drinks packages that identify when the food and drink is unhealthy? Concept 1 or concept 2? Then question 4 is the least of the same question. Which one would be the least likely to increase your support for warning labels? Please mark the appropriate one. Overall, which one of the ads would be most likely to increase your support for government's action to reduce the consumption of unhealthy foods and sugary drinks in South Africa? Question 6 is the inverse, the opposite of that. Question 7, which one is the ad that would most likely reduce your family's unhealthy food and sugary drinks consumption? And question 8 is the inverse of question 7. So which one is the least likely to reduce your family's unhealthy foods and sugary drinks? Have you guys all been able to submit successfully? Thanks, Carl. Thanks, Tariq. Thanks, Tando. Selby, you're still busy. John, you've submitted, thank you. Selby, just let me know when you're done.
What happened to Kurt? Where's Kurt?
Kurt couldn't get back in with his technology, so he had a problem. Selby, are you done?
Not yet.
Okay, just tell me when you're done.
I don't know what's wrong with my PC.
What?
Okay, yeah, got it.
Okay, you're done. Okay, guys, we have come to the end of our discussion. I just want to thank you guys for, sitting out here this afternoon. It's now afternoon to do this with me. It's been really insightful, a joy to speak to you and get to know you guys a little bit better. On behalf of our client and Mark Data, we want to say thank you, and there's a small token of appreciation that will be deposited into your account or the details that you've provided. If any of you have any problems with the token of appreciation that is deposited or you don't get it, please just contact your recruiter or Mark Data's officers to address it. Okay.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Are we getting the tokens today because it's the middle of the month?
Okay, I'll check if I can pick it up. Okay, Selby. See you guys. All the best.